Hey everybody, today is the tale of Bobby the Booster, the professional shoplifter, the one-legged man, a garbage bag full of shoes, and how Bobby went down and went to jail and straightened out his life. So it's a redemption story. Let's start it right now. Greetings, everybody. My name is Steven with Vegas for Free Now, and hey, look, it's Vegas, a Las Vegas video blog. Today, we're going to tell you guys about the professional shoplifting scene in Las Vegas, and there is really such a thing. And I thought it would be interesting to introduce a series, so this is going to be Tales from the Timeshare Trenches, the craziest, weirdest, strangest things that you will see in Vegas as a professional timeshare person. So, starting this business out before the economic crash, just about a year before, we had a lot of strange characters come up to us. And one of the strangest things that ever piqued my interest was how people would walk up to you with bags full of merchandise and offer you a $200 hockey sweater or a $150 football jersey for 20 bucks. Turns out these were what they would call boosters. And boosters are people who walk into shops, look really nice. They're dressed really nice. They're wearing $200 pair of Nikes, clean clothes. They're not homeless folks. If you saw them sitting down at the food court over at Caesar's Palace, you'd think they're just business people or they're just people here on vacation that went on did some shopping. Little did you know that hiding away in that bag could be an entire rack of women's charms from Brighton or from Pandora, or high-end earrings from the Nordstrom, or Saks Fifth Avenue branded neckties. Something valuable was in that bag, and they were willing to sell it to anybody they could. Now, what were they doing with it? Let's be honest. Feeling an addiction, paying their rents. I don't know. I wasn't willing to ask. But the funniest story came with Bobby the Booster. Now, we're going to tell you how Bobby the Booster got caught. We're going to also tell you how Bobby the Booster redeemed himself. And Bobby the Booster, totally not his real name, because I know this person in real life, and I'm not going to out them. So Bobby the Booster, he dealt a lot of business with all of the timeshare guys, and he dealt business with one gentleman that we knew who was a great guy, who is no longer with us, unfortunately, named Wolfie. Wolfie actually only had one leg. He had a right leg, and he lost his left leg in Vietnam. And Wolfie was a great guy, and he always wanted to deal. And a guy that was really good at stealing things. And would always come up and offer us, the same deal. Like I say, buy this for 20, buy this for 30. 20 bucks, that's worth $200. Really tempting. And one day we see Bobby the Booster walking down the street, and instead of carrying a bag from Nordstrom or something nice like that, he's carrying a giant trash bag, the kind of big bag that you could basically put a small person into, if giant, and the type that you could put branches from trees or bricks in and won't break. And he's hauling it over like some kind of demented Santa Claus hobbling down the street. And we go up to him and say, "What do you got, Bobby? What's in the bag?" It's a different bag. He goes, "You don't want what's in the bag." He's very East Coast, right? "You don't want what's in the bag." No. This is for Wolfie. He walks up to Wolfie, and Wolfie's got a Grand Canyon location sitting right in front of the timeshare booth. And he opens the bag up, and he flips it upside down, and out falls 50, maybe 60, possibly even as many as 75 right-footed shoes. Only the right foot. So Wolfie didn't have a left leg, and he had a right leg, and I guess he had made a deal with Bobby the Booster to go into the stores, Foot Locker, Finish Line, anywhere that was selling shoes, JCPenney anyway sells shoes, and get high-end shoes like Nikes, Adidas, these kinds of things, and bring them to him and sell them for a couple of dollars per shoe. And this was a deal that he had made. And it's kind of funny because Bobby the Booster had ins everywhere. This guy here had so many connections by stealing for so many years from these stores. He would be able to walk into the Fashion Show Mall and walk into Saks Fifth Avenue and tip the guy that was working the security in the back $150, and then take things like high-end watches that were in boxes, or, Movado clocks or things like this, and take them out. Just walk out of the store with them. So anything you wanted, he had the hookup on it. And it was just absolutely bizarre. So I don't know if Wolfie bought the shoes. I don't know what transaction transpired right there, but it was the weirdest thing that you ever saw. A man hobbling down the street with a giant trash bag, offering a guy with one leg like tons and tons of single shoes. And if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't even think that it had even happened. And what ended up happening with Bobby the Booster was that he got wrapped up with some people that went way above. I mean, they turned the whole shoplifting game into a business for themselves. They ended up going on eBay, leveraging eBay, getting products and selling them and flipping them. And this was before eBay really started paying attention to these kinds of things. And they were selling game consoles and cell phones and MP3 players and Apple iPods and having an entire eBay store until one day somebody got smart, decided to investigate them, and before you knew it, the sting was in, the jig was up. Rumor goes, and I think he has actually substantiated this with us, that he was downtown on Fremont Street one day and there was a charitable donation box set up. And in the state of Nevada, anything over $249.99, as far as I understand, and somebody could be an expert on the law and tell me, in the state of Nevada, anything over $249.99 can be something that you can be felony charged with and put in jail. And all they had to do was set up a sting. They put exactly $251 into a charity box and lured him in. They had an undercover cop act like he was his friend and tell him about the box. And before you know it, Bobby the Booster couldn't resist. Took the box, got busted. The minute he actually touched the box, they swarmed on him and ended up doing serious time. They were building a case on him for a while, and the people that he was actually selling the eBay stuff through were taking care of him so much. But when the cops knocked on their door, they copped a plea deal and said, "We'll give you the shoplifter if you don't give us any serious amount of time." He went to jail for a while. I don't know how long he was actually in prison for, but I do know that he got out of prison. I do know that he works a legitimate job in Vegas and he has employees and he works really hard, and he never did go back to that way of life. So it just goes to show that when you're sitting in the food court with somebody, you look over there and you see a guy dressed real sharp and real nice, wearing nice clothes, nice shoes. He has a bag. You never know what's in that bag. So tourist tip for you guys, when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you keep your valuables in your pockets. Don't let it sit on the table. Don't sit at a restaurant and put your phone right on the ledge. Don't do anything silly like that. Because for every good guy out there who's just on vacation, there's a Bobby the Booster waiting in the wings, waiting to exploit and take advantage of you or somebody that you might love. I'm Steven. If you guys are coming to Vegas and you like Vegas stuff, check out the website below, vegasforfreenow.com. You most likely qualify for free stuff here in Vegas. Like, share, and subscribe if you're just browsing through and you just discovered us. And we'll talk to you guys in another video with another story from the Las Vegas timeshare trenches. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye-bye.